Hey Waffle Gang, I do hope you're well. My name is Mark and today we're checking out some more Reddit stories, and if you do love a Reddit story, why not consider hitting that like, subscribe, maybe that notification bell too, and let's crack on with today's first story. Much love guys. Now today's first story comes from Throwaway Not Cool 1 from the True Off My Chest subreddit and says, my little brother, 3 male, is actually my fiance's 25 male kid. Yes. The title is fucked up, I'm aware. My fiancé 25 male and myself 24 female have been together since we were 17 or 18 years old. Honestly, he was always kind, handsome, funny, and everyone used to say I was lucky to have the whole package. I felt so lucky too. He always treated me with love and respect, so this makes everything just so shocking for me. I've always had a good relationship with my mum. It has always been her and I against the world. My dad died in an accident when I was little. We always joked that we are the real-life Rory and Lorelai from Gilmore Girls. My mum dated guys on and off, and they were usually cool, but nothing really past the early stages. Around 4 years ago, my mum told me she was pregnant, which was a huge surprise. My mum was around 42 years old, and although she was sort of dating someone recently, didn't meet the guy but knew she went on dates, it was still a big shock. She never thought she could be pregnant at her age. She had me when she was super young, an oopsie, and I can tell she was stressed and worried. I decided to support her since she has always supported me and tried to reassure her. She then had my brother, who is now 3 years old. I have a close relationship with my brother. I've helped taking care of him since he was born, and I just love the little guy. My fiancé was also always helpful with my brother. We would take him out for ice cream, playground, pool time during summer, etc. But nothing was weird. He was just then my boyfriend spending time with my brother and I. Now to how I found out. My fiancé and I lived together since we finished college. My fiancé was not at home since he was hanging out with friends because I was home because I didn't feel like going out and just wanted to chill on my sofa. At some point during binge watching a series on Netflix, my laptop died and I was too lazy to go get my charger. I just took my fiance's iPad. I know the password but honestly never used it before. The iPad logged in and I got a bunch of messages pinging. I guess he hasn't used it in a while too. Anyways, this got my attention and I went to check it out, and of course I found everything. My mum's number wasn't under her name, but I recognized the number and verified it with my phone. She was telling him she felt guilty and that I should know. He said he also felt guilty but couldn't lose me, and they fucked it up. She said it was unfair for my brother to never not know his dad, and that if he could live having his son around not behaving like a dad but a brother-in-law. I broke down. What the actual fuck? There was a lot of older messages, just some photos stored of my brother as a newborn, my mum pregnant, and more photos of my brother growing up in an album. I couldn't anymore. I cried for what seemed ages, and I waited for my boyfriend to come back home. I wish I was one of those women that can pretend and get over things before confronting the cheater, but I can't. He came back later that night, around 11:30 PM, and I just gave him the iPad with a conversation opened and saw his face completely go pale. I asked for an explanation. When, how, why, and he didn't want to at first, but he knew he had to. Apparently a few years back while I was traveling with some friends, girls trip, my fiancé and mum had dinner together. This isn't strange since he'd been part of the family for so long. Sometimes mum and fiancé would eat together at our place, even if I was busy with sports or out. I did the same with his parents. Somehow, unclear how since he couldn't explain it well, one thing led to another and they ended up sleeping together. They felt guilty but apparently not guilty enough because they slept together 2 to 3 more times, using the excuse of meeting up to discuss how to tell me. Apparently when my mum got pregnant, they stopped sleeping together and decided to not tell me, since my fiancé loved me and couldn't lose me, and my mum didn't want to lose her daughter. So here we are now, with 2 of the most disgusting humans. I obviously broke the engagement, told my mum to never talk to me again, and moved in with my friend. I feel bad for my brother since I really love him, but I can't be around him now. I just can't. I feel like it would remind me of all those times we talked about having kids. I would be his baby mama, only baby mama. We talked about this future since we were 17 years old, so I want to puke every time I think how I was actually taking care of his child with someone else. while still having those dreams. I want to puke. Oh, that is so incredibly disgusting. I can't imagine how you felt in those moments. The two people that you should be able to trust most in the world were getting betrayed by. But aggravating secret says, "Oh honey, I am so sorry, so absolutely sorry. I'm also furious at your mother, but my opinion of her isn't going to help you. Please right now take care of yourself. Eat, drink some water, get some rest, lean on your friends and let them take care of you. Don't unblock your fiancé and your mother. At some point, people might start pressuring you to forgive and forget, and that's bullshit. Some things are unforgivable. If you choose to go that route, do it at your speed, but right now, leave them blocked. Let your work know that you've got family problems and ask if there's any way for someone to walk you to and from your car, or ask a work buddy. This is the hard part. You're going to have to keep going. I cannot imagine the pain you are feeling, but just keep going, day by day. It won't get better this month or even this year, but it will get better. If you've got health insurance, look into getting a therapist or a counselor. If you find yourself in need of a mama, because I'm old enough to be yours, or just someone to talk to, please reach out and DM me. I'll be happy to talk with you." Another commenter says, "Fuck them both, but people cheat all the time, although this took the cheating prize. Your mother, on the other hand, the lowest of the low, despicable piece of tick shit. They did it repeatedly. She's prepared to let her daughter marry a cheater and a liar. All the best wishes and support to you. May the future save you from meeting more shitty people." And another commenter says, "I would leave them behind and never look back. You deserve so much better and you will find better. Don't waste another minute of your own time on them. And when your little brother gets older, I'll explain to him exactly why you walked away, because he also deserves to know what kind of parents he has and why you had no choice but to abandon him for the time being. I'm sure he'd understand. I'm sorry that your mum betrayed you this way. I hope that you have a really good support system to help you get through the awful time. It's bad enough when a friend does something like this, but I can't imagine when it's your own mother." So OP came in with her first update and said, "First, I just want to thank everyone for the nice messages and comments. I was not expecting so much support. I'm still a mess, not gonna lie, but after reading comments I felt better, like a therapy mini session, so again thank you all." For the update. As I was afraid, I was indeed confronted near my office this week. I knew this was coming but thought maybe I had more time. My ex was the person to come find me. Yesterday, Wednesday, after finishing work and walking to where my car was parked, my ex was sort of lingering, waiting around. I thought about running, not gonna lie, but I guess in the moment I felt strong enough to get it over with. Instead of having that hanging above my head, waiting to be approached again. He asked if we could talk and I said yes, but I didn't feel like having that conversation over coffee like we were old friends. It felt ridiculous, so I told him to talk right there. We were in the streets, but somehow it wasn't crowded, but also not completely lonely. It felt right. He basically said sorry 100 times and that I deserved better. I agreed. He said he did love me, and he still does, but he would understand why I wouldn't want anything to do with him. He said that if I did in fact consider giving him a chance, that he would go to therapy, alone or together, or both, and that he would work hard to win my trust back. I told him it wasn't possible. It was too much damage. This sounds calm when I type it, but in the moment things came out more with a louder tone and harsher words. Anyways, he said that he's in the, or will be, it was a bit of a blur, process of getting custody, partly for my brother, and that he in fact does want to be a dad to him. He says he does not want to be together with my mum, that it was a stupid mistake. Sure, because 4 to 5 times mistake is just a random thing. He couldn't explain why he did it in the first place. I think he doesn't even know himself. I asked if he cheated with someone else before, and he said no. Not sure if I believe it, but he sounded honest. I asked why he didn't come clean, and he said that after he did the deed, he always felt panic, and it hits him that he could lose me, and he just didn't want to. I told him it was meant to be found out. That was his plan, to have my brother around and ignore their relationship forever. He said he didn't think far enough, and that he was basically going with the idea one day at a time type of survival. I asked him if he felt that my mum seduced him. He said it was mutual, which made me want to puke again. I asked if he had any contact with my mum since I found out. He said yes, but mostly about my brother. Didn't elaborate more, and I didn't press for more info on that. He said he told his parents the day before or the day before that, not sure, Monday or Tuesday, about everything. The parents were not happy, but they are glad to start building now a relationship with my brother. their grandkid. Honestly, all of this felt like a punch in my stomach. I don't know why. The parents wanted to contact me, but he told them to wait until he approached me first, hence why he was here. I said if he started or thought about the custody before I found out, and he said no. But when I found out, it was like the push he needed. Great, seems I helped him get his shit together. Ugh. And this past week, he was arranging all of that mess. That's why he hasn't tried to see me before. He sounded and looked defeated, but that whole thing made me beside sad, angry. I was mainly depressed before, but now I'm furious. I feel like he is still in an okay place and he isn't paying for his actions, beyond me leaving him. He will have my brother, his parents and others and move on with his life. Well, I lost everything. I hate him. We parted ways, not on a happy note, and I told him to never get near me again. I was done. He asked me to see my brother still, that I was important to him, and tried to guilt trip me, and it worked. But I still think I can't. I don't know much about my mum and really hope she doesn't come to find me anytime soon because I'm fuming right now and won't be able to handle it. I'll be contacting my family and friends and finally doing the blasting today. I think it is about time, and after my talk with him, I got the extra push I needed. So then OP came in with another update and said, "Hi everyone, again I want to say thanks for all the support on my last update. Honestly, like I said in my previous post, it really helped me a lot emotionally. All your comments and also all the advice I got. At being about moving abroad or what to say when I do the blast. Thank you. Updates, a lot has happened. I did the blasting, and this is how it went down. I first posted on my family's Facebook group we share. This is from my mum's family side. I used inspiration of what you all suggested in my last post, and there's something around the lines of, I want to communicate to you all that my wedding with X has been permanently cancelled. Since I found out that my mum name and my ex name had in the last few years a sexual relationship, which resulted in the birth of my little brother name. I had no clue of any of this, and I found out about it last week. I won't have moving forward a relationship with mum or ex for obvious reasons. I would appreciate your understanding, and I felt it was only fair to let you know of the situation, since I value transparency and honesty above all. I've also included a screenshot of my mother's message. What I said to her once I found out, and a message she managed to write back before I blocked her. I didn't open the message till before the blasting. I didn't want to hear her and be persuaded. It exploded. I had family reaching out via text and calling the whole day after the blasting. I would say most were very supportive, and I could tell they were just shocked. There were a few neutral and some suspicious that it wasn't the whole story and maybe I misunderstood. My grandparents were in the maybe you misunderstood category, which it wasn't surprising since my mum is super close to my grandparents, and like I said before, my mum was always a good mum, so no red flags. I will be moving with my cousin that is more like a sister to me. I haven't reached out to her previously because I knew once she knows, everyone would. That's why I went to my friend's place. My cousin is devastated on my behalf and offered I live with her and her 2 kids until I can get my feet on the ground. I accepted and will be moving next week. I'm a bit afraid this will give my mum easier access to me, but I can't stay at my friend's place forever. I then proceeded quickly to post a similar message for we share most of our friends since high school and local university, friends on Instagram. I created a close friends story and tagged most of them too. This went sort of viral in our friend group. Actually, one of my friends sent me my Reddit post and asked if this was me. I confirmed. They were also shocked and speechless. I never thought my ex would even remotely do anything like this. They said he was crazy about you. Oh well, apparently he went overboard on the crazy part. The group of friends is divided at the moment. Some are completely on my side and some are thinking it isn't the whole truth. I told everyone that reached out that if they don't believe me to ask their friend if he is asking for custody of my little brother. That kinda shut them up for now. My ex deleted his social media apparently. Also, my ex's parents called me like I guessed they would. They were kind to me and were very sorry about everything. I got the feeling they were also overwhelmed and very disappointed. However, it was clear they will be supporting their son. They're very upset at my mother and don't want anything to do with her, but not sure how that will work with my little brother and everything else. They tried to give me info about the custody and what my ex is up to now, but I shut that down quickly and told them I don't want any info. I want to move on. I also told them to not reach out in the near future, that I needed distance, specifically if they were still supporting my ex. He is living with his parents at the moment. Also, my ex and my mother after the blast were going nuts trying to reach out to me. They tried calling my friend, who she blocked them, and reaching out from different numbers. I had to put my phone on silent and ignore everyone. However, my mother sent me a long text from another number, and that was a weird text. She said that I was being cruel and that she didn't think she raised me that way. Cheeky bastard. She said that she thought we had a better relationship than me blasting out laundry like that without talking to her first. I didn't have the whole picture. She did mention something that confused me. She said in a long-ass text that the reason she slept with my ex is because he reminded him of my dad. That it was grief. That she didn't mean to use him to heal her pain, but she wasn't strong enough. I don't even know what that means. Like, did she think that my ex looks physically like my dad, or personality, or what? I've seen photos of my dad and well, yeah, my ex isn't super different, but also not super alike. I mean, they share brown/dirty blonde hair, blue eyes, white skin, but that's not so uncommon. I don't see what else. I don't know. That threw me for a loop and honestly makes me want to confront my mum just to know what the hell. From all the things she could say, I was not expecting that. I'm holding on better. I don't cry every hour or want to murder them, but I'm still sad and upset, and it just feels like it isn't my life. That is a big joke or a bad dream, and I will wake up to my normal life. I also need to really start planning my future and start applying for jobs in other cities, or maybe check the possibilities abroad more seriously. I might ask for 2 to 3 days off work to really get my thoughts together and do some research. I'm terrified, to be honest. I feel frozen, but I know I need to start moving. Someone asked OP in this story, they said, how the fuck are people not on your side? I bet your mum is spinning this to make her look innocent. But how? They had a fucking affair, not a one-night stand. I'm glad you set boundaries with your ex-in-laws. I know that was hard. Stay strong, OP. Neither of them deserve your kindness nor relationship with them. Edit. By the way, what was your ex reaching you for? OP says, I heard this might be rumors. That's why I didn't add it in the post. That she said that it was a mistake and that my ex was the initiator. And that it was a period during the time my ex and I broke up. But that's lies. My ex and I never broke up. Yes, we had fights, but we never broke up or took a break or anything around those lines. Some family members are believing that and apparently are giving her the benefit of the doubt. Tried replies that and says, so that gives her the right to sleep with your ex. People who are giving her the benefit of the doubt are the most evil people in disguise. What is the ex saying to this? OP says again rumors, but a friend of a friend who was in touch with my ex said that he was groomed basically, that he is not obligated to be a dad even though he never wanted that at such a young age. That he will step up and do the right thing. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but closer friends to me haven't heard anything from him, so not sure how true it is. Tried replies again saying groomed means the affair was going on for longer than 2 to 3 years. He wants to do the right thing because everything is out in the open, but this means he will have a relationship with your mum. And people who are siding with him in any capacity, never talk to them. At least you know the truth before getting married and having kids with him, because there is a famous Reddit post where the wife got to know mother's affair with husband after 20 plus years of marriage, and mother had kids alongside daughter and hated daughter's kids because of competition. Loopy replied saying, I think by the right thing he meant being a dad to my little brother. No idea about their relationship, mum and ex, and I don't want to know. I think if they are together, it would make me feel 100,000 times worse. OP reflects on their thoughts and replying to someone who says that they'd be better off now, and OP says, I will for sure, and things could be worse, with me marrying my ex and potential even having kids. That still feels like it wasn't really dodging a bomb. I feel so alone, and I'm grateful for some friends and my cousin and some aunts, but besides that, everything is gone. I also don't know how the hell I will ever be able to trust another partner again. I'd be one of those paranoid psycho girlfriends. I'd dislike myself and be miserable. And there was many people suggesting to OP on the back of this, maybe, just stay single for a while, live your life a bit and try to get things back together. Other people saying, things will improve from here. It will take time, of course, but things will get better in time. And of course, people suggesting therapy at the same time to help OP navigate this situation. I know we see a lot of bad parents in these stories, but imagine your parent who was seemingly loving before all of this, and then you find out this. It's from one day, everything's normal, you're in a relationship, you know, your mum's okay, you got a little brother. The next day, everything comes crashing down in an instant. That is horrific, isn't it? But now I'm going to turn this one to you guys. What do you guys make of this situation? What would you suggest for the OP? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And now just a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for getting involved in today's stories. Your love, your support, your time always means the absolute world to me. So thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Take care and much love.